All right, guys, thank you so much for taking the time to be here, whether it is the morning, afternoon, or evening. Just wanted to say thank you all for taking your precious time to be here for this AMA with the CEO of Galaxium. One thing I do want to start off by saying is that this is not in any way financial advice. We are basically here to provide you with information. What you do with your money that you want to deposit for this coin is completely up to you. We will only give you the information for you to make an informed decision. Make sure that you do not put any more money in that you can afford to lose, as crypto is a very volatile market. That being said, let's kick it off and let's introduce the Star Lord himself, the CEO of Galaxium. All right. So, how are you today, sir?
I'm very good. And yourself?
I'm doing well, thank God. Everything is the way it should be. We maximize whatever we can with the days that we have.
Definitely.
So let's start off with this. What gave you the idea to create this project, number one? And number two, was there a previous project that you were associated with that inspired this to come about?
Okay, so Galaxium is the only project I've worked on. The reason I started Galaxium, I wanted it to be a social token, a charity token that would help people around the world. The reason behind it is 12 years ago, I was literally homeless, living in a hostel. No one would help me. There was no way out. I ended up getting help from further afield from family that I'd never spoken to for years. And it got to that point where now in this position where I am, I want to help others. So we're now in a position where we can go into homeless shelters. We can ask them what they want. I went to one the other day in Manchester where I asked them what they need, and walking around the actual place, seeing clothing and secondhand shoes and the people that were there trying to get help, but there's nobody helping them. Governments don't help homeless people. They're forgotten. That's the people that nobody cares about. This is where we want to change that. We want to help the homeless. We want to help underprivileged people. We don't want it to be a token that says, buy our token and we'll do nothing with it, or buy our token and we'll all buy Ferraris and Lambos. That's not what it's about. We're here to change lives of people. And that's what we'll do at the end of the day, every single day. That's what we're here to do. And that is what Galaxium is.
That's awesome. And I think that's a noble words that you've used, where essentially you're coming from humble beginnings to really spearhead a movement and a culture that you're trying to create with Galaxium, which is very important. Very important.
It's like, we're not all about give us all your money and we're going to all buy Lambos. That's not what it's about. It's about pay it forward. I do something nice for you. You do something nice for somebody else. It's about the community, basically. This is what it was, a community token to help everybody, not just to get people rich. That's great, so be it. But if we can help people along the way, that's what makes it a token which stands out from the rest. You can see all these other tokens launched every single day, but what do they have behind them? Nothing. When Lambo, who cares? Go buy a car. You don't need a Lambo to make yourself feel better. If I help one person, I feel better. If I help 10 people, I feel amazing. And that's what this is about.
Yeah. And I think that's extremely important, to have integrity in this kind of field where there are so many different tokens that are just coming out left and right. And, you could get added to a Telegram room that you don't even know about. And all of a sudden you're in a token and people are hyping it up like crazy. And then all of a sudden, 12 hours later, that token is no longer in existence. The person who, basically took all their liquidity and ran, and that was it, and that's what's causing essentially what's been going on with a lot of these meme tokens right now. Is pretty much what's been happening is that there has been a tremendous amount of people that have really been, you know, been just causing, I don't even know how to explain it. Just been causing FUD to everything.
Yeah, there's a lot of mayhem about at the moment. Yeah.
And it's not fair to the average person that is just, getting involved and puts like 0.1 BNB in and just says, hey, I'd like to do this, and if it works for me, fantastic, and if I lose my money, God forbid, then so what? But yeah, I mean, it's definitely important. So let's talk about the charity component of essentially what this is. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so the charity side of it is all the developers on the team. We've all picked something that's close to us to help out in our certain areas. So that will be posted on the website from next week with the new website being developed that will be launched on there. You can check out, each developer will post something about what they're going to do in their local area. But we want to try and take it wider.
Zoom meeting.
Second, sorry. Okay, so we want to obviously spread this out to the community as well. So we'll post something maybe once a week or once a fortnight where the community can vote of where a percentage goes or what we help, what certain things we help with. So we'll put that out there for you guys because, like I said, this is a community coin. We want you guys to help build this up where you guys can say, I want this project to be put forward. This project, this is close to my heart, this kind of thing, rather than us going, well, we're doing this, we're doing that. It's a community project. So this has to be for everybody to have a say in, not just the developers, but everybody who invests in Galaxium.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what's really important, is that essentially we really do need to do that. You need to actually make this community based. And when you focus on the community aspect of it, I think that would really, will allow that to happen. So, that's definitely impressive. So one thing we can definitely talk about is for some of the people that are new to Galaxium, can you go over the tokenomics of the coin?
So with Galaxium, we hold 0.1%, or sorry, 1% with the dev team, which is locked. We can't touch that. 90% of the tokens have been locked with liquidity. That will never be touched for 1 year. We have the main account, which is locked, which will be open in 3 weeks' time. Once that account's open, we're going to be burning 50%, well, up to 50% of the whole tokens. We also have a percentage which we're going to be distributing back to every single Galaxium member as a thank you for being on board. The money that we raise from Galaxium has paid for exchanges, advertising and marketing. When we originally launched it, we did the ICO 1 and everybody screamed out literally for Pancake. So we stopped it and we went straight onto Pancake. So we didn't raise millions, but that's not what it's about. It's about helping and changing. So at the moment where we stand, we have a good budget for advertising. We've got 4 exchanges in the space of 10 days, and that's unheard of. So this is going to be something good for everybody. Definitely community spirited token.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So I think it's definitely, one that, in my opinion, stands out from the rest. And, I didn't really start talking to anybody about this until you and I had a conversation on Telegram in depth on the phone for like 45 minutes, because I didn't want people to get involved with a scam or to get involved with the next token that's going to do absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
There's so many of these coming out on a daily basis that it really just is ridiculous on how many there are.
Yeah, there's so many coming out. Yeah, it's just so many names of stupid coins and people are being pumped into it, but they've got no substance behind them. They don't do anything. And you'll throw your money at it and then you'll get rug pulled. There's been so many this week where we've had messages of people being rug pulled. Our liquidity is locked. Our accounts are locked. There's no chance of rug pull ever. So that's the massive issue when people go and buy these coins and these tokens. you need to look into them so much. If they're not locked liquidity, don't bother.
Yeah, exactly. One question I had was basically, first and foremost, guys, if you have a question, you're going to be asking it in the chat. I'm not unmuting anybody because there are people here that are absolutely silly. So if you want to ask a question, you ask it in the, that's very nice of you. So you ask it in the chat. Any rate, so basically, this is really what we have to understand. You know, there are many people obviously that I don't even know that are here and are really just not being nice, but that's okay. That's why we have everybody muted. So, guys, one thing I want to ask you, Starlord, is first and foremost, when in the future do you think that you will put yourself out there?
Within 1 month, I will put myself out there. I'll do a live video.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
That sounds good.
I'm not the
So
prettiest of people,
yeah,
but I can pass. We'll be okay.
right. Also, is there a was there an audit done for?
No, we've not had an audit done. We will be doing that in the future. Once that is arranged, we will announce it in the group chat.
Okay, any possibility to who could be doing that audit, or you don't know yet?
Don't know yet. Straight answer. No idea yet.
Okay. And as far as roadmap wise, can you go over what the roadmap is coming
Okay, the
forward?
roadmap. Yeah, for the first quarter, we said we'd get onto an exchange. We did that in the first week. We got onto 3 exchanges and PancakeSwap. We're past the roadmap where we are. We have a mobile app being developed that'll be ready in a week. Past that as well. We're also going to be looking at a debit card system. The reason we're looking at a debit card system and a bank account with it as well is because not everybody can gain access to a bank account. This is what we want to change. We can do this all day long, but we don't want to wait 3-4 months down the line. Our roadmap spreads it out over the year. We're not going to be waiting a year. We're not that team who says we're going to do this month, and then 4 months down the line, you're still waiting. What we plan out to do, we do fast. We don't like waiting for it. The exchanges was a perfect example. 3 exchanges in 1 week. It's unheard of, and we did it. And that's how we continue to grow. We're going to go from one item on the agenda, bang, straight, finish it. And we will continue. So the year-long roadmap won't even come close to a year. We're talking months because we don't like waiting around. We're not here to drag this out because you don't need to drag things out. This will be done as fast as we can.
Okay, is there also an important question is there a protection put in place, whereas let's say you have somebody who came on really early and they were going to sell a tremendous amount of coins, is
Yep.
there some kind of protection put in place so that the liquidity does not get disbanded?
Yeah, I will be using my personal money to buy that back at a massive amount if it needed to be. We've not had that yet, but when we do have dumps, we do personally put it back into it straight away. You'll see that anyway. When people dump loads, then we just buy it back.
Gotcha. And the three exchanges that it's listed on is Vindex, Dextrade, and Asbit, correct?
Yep.
All right.
They're really good exchanges. Yeah, we've got bigger exchanges coming, but we start smaller, go to medium, go to large. Exchanges charge an absolute fortune to list with them. Crazy money. Some are like $100,000, and what you get from them isn't worth it. So we've got to pick carefully. We've got to pick wisely where we can get it out there first of all, and then build it up. Then we can get onto there.
So what are the possibilities of what the mobile app will do?
So the mobile app will allow you to open a wallet, create a new wallet, send, receive, see your balance. It's all going to have also going to have a function where you can vote for what project you want to help with. It's like it'll be the charity one, so you can select option 1 or option 2. It should also have a donation button where you can donate to these charities with Galaxium. So you can say, I want to send 1 million Galaxium, and that'll give you the opportunity to do that as well. It will also show the chart and the price, the value of it at the moment as well.
Gotcha. All right, that's cool. There's a question that's asked, will the new website be there? Will there be an FAQ or blog section so we can stop getting the same questions over and over in Telegram?
Yes, there will be. We're also signed up with Zendesk. So you'll be able to submit your question, or Zendesk will have their FAQ on there as well. So multiple options on there. They'll have the standard FAQ. Where you have any further questions, you can open a Zendesk, and then we can just answer it from there for you. So you don't have to do multiple questions.
Okay, also, can you go over what is the background of the devs?
So devs, we've come from a varied background, from private banking to managing trade accounts worth 20 million plus around the world. We have crypto traders, and we also have a mother of two. So we have a varied group of people, but everybody who's in it is into crypto. We know what we're talking about. They have a love for it. This, like I said, this isn't about driving Lamborghinis. This is about different people in different areas, different aspects of lives, who all bring something to the table. Just because it's a crypto company, not everybody has to have a full-on crypto knowledge. They have information about charities, families, how to run things differently. And that's what it's all about. Just diversity, basically.
Gotcha. Well, that's good. And then how many years of experience are we talking as far as what they have?
Jesus, years, a lot, decades. Some of us are very old. We just sound very young. And then we've got some younger guys who have lots of experience, but they're young. So a lot of experience between the whole group, which is why I think we've taken off so well. We've got over 7,000 wallets in the first week, 7,000 holders of Galaxium. And we've got a great team. If you look on the Telegram pages, you see the passion that we have for it and what our users have for it as well. So it's not one of these tokens that comes around all the time. This is the token that is here to stay.
Got it. And so if you were to say your projections for what you think will be for the next month, what do you think will happen?
Okay, where we are now, I'm going to say at least double where we are. Because if you look at our charts, we've got a really steady flow, and it's going across, and it's not moving. It's not stupidness going up and down. It's got that steady flow. When it goes up and down crazy, that's people pumping and dumping. We don't want that. We don't want pump and dump groups coming on, bigging it up and then dumping everything. That's not what we're about. We want this steady token to go up and up and up and up and up. Just like Bitcoin started at nothing. People said, oh, it's a joke. We're not a joke. The coins that are jokes are the ones that fly up to stupid 1,000% and then fly back down, you'd lose everything. That's not what we're about. We're a token that's going to be here for years, and it's going to build longevity along those lines, and it's going to carry on building and building and building.
Got it. Awesome. Awesome. That's really important. And I think, one of the things in this line, in the way all these coins are essentially put out, and as we said, this wasn't a controlled thing that was put out to just my people, but it was put out to everybody in Galaxium, right? So you had some people doing some silly things before, but that's okay. It's expected in the space of cryptocurrency. But one thing I want everyone to know is that it's not every day that you actually get a chance to speak with people in charge of these particular projects, especially in this space. And I think what Starlord is basically saying, in terms of where he's come from, is extremely meaningful. And especially if, and I'm not saying you won't, but especially if when you follow through on that vision of really giving back to charity and homeless shelters and things of that nature, that will show a very strong use case for the coin as well, which will be very, very important going forward for the future.
Yeah, definitely. It's like with my project with the homeless side, we've already ordered 25 rucksacks, 25 sleeping bags, rucksacks full of things that the homeless people need: warm blankets, food vouchers, toiletries, things like that, things that can just make you feel human again. That's what it's about. When you're homeless, nobody cares. People walk past you, they look at you like you're nothing. But somebody to give you something which can just make you feel fresh and clean, and a change of clothing makes you feel human again. And that's what it's all about. When I walked into that homeless shelter and saw what it was there and what was they have to dress in and get changed and shout it brings it back to home that we have it amazing. We've got a great life compared to what people have. It's just crazy. And us as a community can give back to them tenfold every single day.
Yep, definitely. And I completely agree with that. So one thing that someone had asked is, apart from being a charity community coin, what can we see Galaxium as in the future?
So Galaxium in the future, like I said, we're going to be launching our own debit card. We're still in talks with the company, which will also run aside of a bank account. That gives people the financial freedom who can't open bank accounts. Not everybody can open a bank account. Some people have bad credit. Some people don't have access to banks. Different countries, not everybody has an access to a bank. The mobile app that we will have will give you that access. We'll give you that crypto card. So that's helping people further on in life to actually have that financial freedom where they're not governed by somebody else to say, you can't spend your money here, you can't use your card here. The Galaxium will give you that opportunity to be free, to do what you want.
And will that card be worldwide?
It will be worldwide, yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
Very, very cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we wanted to keep this to about a half an hour. If there's any last minute few little questions that someone would like to ask, again, this is the first that we're doing together. We will do others in the future. But let me just see if there's anything else that was asked.
Support Man City. Unfortunately, no. Man City will not be getting support from Galaxium.
Is that Manchester City?
Manchester City, yeah, unfortunately, no. Yes, Steve, we will be taking ideas to charity and projects. We'll go through them, do the due diligence on them, and yeah, we will be taking that.
And I think, in closing, there's two things that I want to mention. And for everybody of you that kind of stuck through this, when you and I had spoken last, there was something that you told me that there's going to be a 10% burn that's coming in the next few weeks, correct?
Yeah, well, we're going to try and do a lot more than 10%. The main account gets unlocked in 3 weeks' time because it's locked currently. Once we do that, we're going to try and burn as much as we can, around, I'm hoping, 50%.
Right. So, guys, I didn't know if he was going to leak that, but he did. So I want you all to pay attention to that, because when that happens, the value of the coin goes up drastically. And so if there's a 50% burn, that means supply is now decreased by half, right? So we have to definitely keep that in mind. So if you have already gotten in, congratulations. If you have not already gotten in, now's a very good time before this burn happens. So, and that, correct me if I'm wrong, what is it, 2 to 3 weeks?
Yeah, 3 weeks' time. If you go on to Crypto Lock, we'll put the post on the website. That'll direct you to the web to Crypto Lock, and that will show you how long it's got left.
Okay, gotcha. A question was asked, what will you do with the Galaxium whenever the dev wallet is released?
Absolutely nothing. I'm not touching mine, and I'm sure my other dev guys won't touch theirs. Like I said, we're in this for the long haul. We're not here for Lambos. We're here for a long project.
Gotcha. Very, very cool. Let me just see if there's anything else that's important. And, last but not least, I want you guys to know something. When we had originally had a conversation about doing this, we had spoken, and essentially he'd said, hey, give me the list of questions. And I said, you know what? I think it's really important people see a very authentic view, and that's without scripting, without any questions, totally off the cuff, AMA, so that really people can get a firm understanding of exactly what this project is without having pre-questions done and what so else, And I think it's really important because it shows a little bit more of authenticity, and that's definitely something that's needed in this space. So thank you, Star-Lord, so much for your time. Thank you guys for being here, and we will see you again next time. Take care.
Thank you.
Live out.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you. Bye-bye.